Good morning. Today is June 24th, Monday. It is 8:18 in the morning. I got out at about 7:50, 7:55. I have plans to take care of Grandpa at 10:30, so I wanted to give myself plenty of time. Wanted to at least secure a shower afterwards. I don't know for sure if I'll be able to edit it down in time before. That's kind of the secondary hope. If we can keep the pace up today, for sure. But I definitely take a second when I get home to stretch, decompress, So it's possible that I might just do that. I easily should have enough time, to get a shower in and change and stuff, and might shave up a little bit too. I got time, but I don't know quite if I have enough time to edit and stuff. But good morning. Make sure to keep a little dirt under your pillow for the dirt man. Be a good start. We are about a mile in or so. I don't know. I've stopped multiple times to stretch again. My shins have been just terrible again today. And I got to figure out what stretch it is, because they hurt again right now. But yesterday they hurt until I got a stretch in, and then they kind of felt better. I did the same shit I did today on the bench I did it on. And they don't hurt nearly as much, but they still hurt. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't have any other pain, no back pain, no nothing. I mean, maybe, I guess, I have a little bit of pain on my feet from the blisters. But, I don't know. I don't know. Day 13, though, of walking every day, hopefully for 30 days, if not more. Day 13. I'm closing on 2 weeks here real soon. Every day, every morning. Feeling pretty good. Nothing too crazy. Nothing that'll blow the socks off of someone, but feeling good. I actually got up 7 hours sleep. I beat my alarm by half an hour. I don't know. I just felt really good. I kind of took prep work to sleep tonight, and I don't know if that was a factor in this or what, but I haven't eaten for about 16 hours, so that's got maybe an effect on it. So there's that. And actually 8 a.m., so 20 hours. I can eat at noon. So there's that, first of all. And the next, I put a breather strip on, which I don't do super often, but I'll catch myself and I'll do it sometimes. And then I ended up turning my AC down a little bit because it was freezing my room because it was lower temps last night. But what I ended up doing was putting on sweatpants and a sweatshirt and keeping the AC on with a blanket over me. So I was dressed nice and warm, and the room was cold. So I know that might help. That seemingly maybe helped with the breather strip. I don't know. But I woke up 7 hours and feeling great. I'm not going to lie to you. Did some stretches, sent out some messages, and kind of went out of my way. Drank a bunch of water before, because I was wondering if the shin thing was dehydration. I don't know. I drank quite a bit of water. I drank a little over half a water bottle, or about a half a water bottle. Took some magnesium too. I have been going over my diet a little bit. There's a couple of things I care about, and magnesium's one of those. If you have trouble sleeping, by the way, magnesium glycinate. Try that out. Any magnesium technically, but as far as I'm aware, magnesium glycinate has, more soluble. I don't know, some bullshit. There's something about it. Yeah, recommend that. But I haven't been taking that, but I do pay attention to magnesium because that affects a lot of shit. Blood flow. Blood flow being the one thing I care about. Something with your blood or something with your head or some bullshit. I don't know. I'm not a fucking dietitian. magnesium, vitamin D, and vitamin C, because I hate getting sick. Never enough vitamin C, but I have supplements for that if I want. I just don't want to overdo. I don't think there's any actual negative side effects, but I don't want to overdo vitamin C all the time, because the vitamins I have for vitamin C are like 150% or 200% of my daily. I'm just thinking in my head, I don't want to become dependent on taking that every day. But the magnesium, my supplement has like 65% of my daily, and then I try to get at least try to get up to like 75% of my daily magnesium. It's one of the things I believe as humans, or in the US or something, I think we just like majority of the US, over 50% of the US does not get enough magnesium. So I don't know, try that out if you want. Not a dietitian, it's going by experience. A lot of people that take magnesium say they feel sharper. I would agree to some extent. I wouldn't fucking say you're gonna like super notice it. A lot of people say it takes 2-3 weeks. Honestly, I don't really know. I do take magnesium and I feel pretty good. I don't know. But we are moving today. Like I said, shins. Always not a whole lot. Shower up after we're done here. Go out to lunch. And enjoy life a bit. I don't know where we're going to go to lunch today. And it kind of feels weird because usually I'm pretty certain about it. We usually for breakfast, we go to a family restaurant. And for lunch, we typically go to this Mexican restaurant. Last 2-3 times, haven't really been enjoying it very much compared to what I was. I don't know if it's a downhill thing or if it's just how I'm feeling about it now. But whatever. I'll see where the heck we're going. We went to Culver's last time. Maybe that again. I don't know. Culver's is all right. If you don't know what Culver's is, it is it's like definitely between a sit down and a fast food restaurant, but it is a fast food restaurant. But like the prices are slightly elevated. The burgers are slightly elevated, things like that. And it's a chain that's almost exclusively Wisconsin. Technically, I don't think it is. I want to say there's actually some in Florida. There might be some somewhere else too, but I had buddies tell me, like, for sure they had some in Culver's, and I could have sworn, some of them in Florida, and I could have sworn I saw them down there. So I don't know if that's like a snowbird thing where some owners, live down there or whatever the fuck. But anyways, burger place. It's got cheese curds, very Wisconsin. They do the butter burger stuff, and yeah. They even got a burger that's like it's got like a cheese curd patty on top of it too. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. I would not be getting that for obvious reasons, but whatever. So I don't know. That doesn't really matter, but it is something I got to think about because I don't want to just sit there for like an hour with him and just not decide on something. I'll ask him if he, what I usually do is pose 3 options to him, and we'll do that. He doesn't usually care because he usually can find something he likes at every spot. He's not super picky, so we'll figure it out. After that, I think we are supposed to go look for furniture for him. A bed frame, a mattress, and maybe a small dresser. Because for those who don't know, I believe we're moving Grandpa into our place. Not a lot of room. There's my mother has 3 kids, herself, and now Grandpa. And so I'm sure you can figure out why that's a little difficult. It is not even a 3-bedroom house. Oh, no, it is. No, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a 3-bedroom house. And we have 5 beds, So I'm sure you can figure that one out. The house is built in like the 50s or something. They added an extension, whoever owned it first. It originally was really small, but there's 3 bedrooms. There's a small little, you can't even consider it a bedroom upstairs. It's like 110 square feet or something. Not even. I can't remember. I think it's like 120 square feet little thing upstairs. Well, there's too many stairs for him. A. B, the bathroom's extremely small. I don't know. It just doesn't. They didn't want to move him upstairs. That's where I'm at. It's kind of cool, although a little weird. I basically have my own little upstairs bathroom, bedroom, and then that secondary room is like storage for I and family. And so he's actually going to move into the secondary living room. When I say secondary living room, like I said, there's an extension. It kind of was maybe meant for a dining room, but like it's designed really weird. I don't know. So he's actually going into the secondary living room, and the actual living room has my other brother. Long story short, I'm fucking blessed that I can live here, okay? I'll just admit it, I'm blessed. The fact that I'm allowed to be there, and there's really no expectations to me other than now watch Grandpa. And I'll admit, from a 24-year-old son's perspective, it's nice that I can take care of Grandpa to get someone off my ass. The generation that doesn't understand streaming and the role I take on with that, I'll admit, I'm very, very blessed to be able to have something that can kind of keep that I guess deadbeat allegation off of me. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll do that. I think we're going to a full-size mattress and bed frame, and we'll go from there. We will go from there. Bug flew in my mouth. Hello. But yeah, I know some of the topics we're going to talk about today, which is nice. It's a good start. We're probably already 10-15 minutes in, but you know what? I'm updating, and we're going to just accept that. Good morning. Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
I left one more question from Insidious in the Discord for today, and so I'll admit a lot of today is going to be talking about topics that are not what I've covered, but what I have covered. It's a lot of streaming stuff, and hopefully I can kind of segue off of that eventually. Maybe not. Maybe this will be entirely streaming stuff. Don't know. You'll see by the little fucking title card I make for everyone, which, by the way, I change something about that little title card every day. I don't know. Maybe you can pick it out. It's not big enough that oh, say what you did. No, it's not that crazy. But so the question I left from Insidious was streaming advice. I think the official question was, let me pull it up, but I think it was something like, what's the best streaming advice you can give? Let me see here. I will dive pretty deep on this. What is the best advice you can give to anyone who wants to start streaming? So this question has been one that I've kind of changed over time, and more importantly, I've already kind of went through with a bunch of people. It's not that a million people come to me for advice on streaming, but rather they will come to me for questions, which then turns into opinions or advice directed towards it. What I mean by that is some people ask me oh, how do I do this with my model? Or how do I even fucking get a model to work, or commissions, or OBS, or yada, 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 yada. Well, we can go a lot simpler. And let me just preface it and say, qualifications wise, I'm not the most qualified. Have I been streaming for years now? Have I had some success in it? Yes. But I'm not a big streamer. My takes on things are going to be my takes. My opinions are going to be opinions and not exactly fact. And just understand that it's coming from a guy who current standings, like 1934 followers on Twitch, couple, 140 people on YouTube, 300 something on TikTok. Instagram's fucking practically useless to me. I don't know. That fucking app is so, I don't know. It's weird. But so, like, not the biggest standings of all time. Had a couple 10K views on YouTube shorts, but do understand, like, I'm not super qualified for this. But, so do understand that. But I'm going to talk passionately about it. And the simplest thing for best streaming advice to start, if someone really, really wanted to start, it's going to sound lame, but really, like, you have to watch some tutorials. You have to get acquainted with OBS. Not Streamlabs OBS, but OBS, where if you want to really be a little different and you, for some reason, really like it, I think X Split or Xstream or something like that is still around. I don't know. I've never met anyone that uses it. I'll just put it this way. It's industry standard to use OBS. And you're absolutely required to know how to get some of those settings up and running before you can even do it. It's like you got to find out what a stream key is. You got to find out what bit rate you're going to want to upload at. And more importantly, even from the beginning, probably should say this, if your internet can even handle it. So in my head, the very bare minimum you're going to need is at least 5 to 10 megabits of upload. This is the very minimum, because that bit rate you're streaming at is unfortunately very important, even if you're streaming at like 720. Very, very important. Morning. Morning. Hello. So the very bare minimum you're going to have to find out is what bit rate and how to, like, set up a couple of the settings. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of my biggest friends and community members that do stream and stuff like that I've talked to about, like, the specifics on, like, settings and stuff, a lot of us don't know what the fuck they are. Like, there's so many settings related to your encoder and just, like, small little itsy bitsy settings that just, like, I have no idea what that does. There's a bunch of presets on quality. There's a bunch of presets on just a fuck ton of things, right? So not only internet and settings, but also if your computer can handle it realistically. A lot of computers at this point can for sure do at least, like, just chatting. But that's possible that your computer can't even do that. But then you have to understand, so with streaming, your encoder, which is essentially the thing that's taking your stream and what you're actually showing on there and encoding it for Twitch and sending it out to Twitch, as far as I understand. And usually, I would say over 90% of the time, you're going to want to use your graphics card for that. Morning. And why that matters, and I'm even mentioning your graphics card, is because if your graphics card is weaker or doesn't have a lot of VRAM or whatever the situation specifically with that piece of hardware is, your encoder is going to take a baseline, and then if you put a game on top of it, or in my case, a model on top of it, you're going to be utilizing a lot of your system. And so that's where the game shit matters a lot. So I talked about yesterday where, like, I can't play Tarkov on stream realistically with my encoder and with my model very well. It's my hardware is being, oh, hi baby rabbit, hello. Aw, hello. Hi. Oh my goodness. Dude, fucking baby animals are crazy, bro. survival of the fittest, I see. I shit you not, 2 feet away from me. That was crazy. I have to walk by it, and dude, I shit you not, like 2 feet away, bro. It's really funny. On the right side of the ditch here. I mean, like, I don't know. I could, anyways. So those are like the real baseline things. And then after you have that, I think what's most important out of anything is just starting it, see what problems you're going to run into. So if it's hardware related, if it's internet related, and then build off of that, because you have a lot to learn from a perspective of there's so many different scenes and sources and things you can do to make it better, and you have to kind of pick and choose sometimes too. Morning.
Morning.
And so what I mean by that is, like, I stream off of one scene, which is probably one of the dumbest OBS things you can do. But essentially, I have all of my sources, redeems, games, audios, just everything on one screen and one scene. And it's a lot of micromanaging for no reason. And without a stream deck, I'd be pretty screwed, I'll admit. Morning.
Morning.
One of the things about it is, like, that's probably the best thing that we've ever invested in, and I was gifted that, I think, graciously, very graciously, because it was something that I thought I wouldn't need, but, like, I think it'd be nice. Well, I'm gonna be honest, at this point it seems like a necessity, but oh well. You don't need it. You don't need it if you don't starting out. So that's kind of the start, and things kind of go from there. Just getting starting. After that, you can start worrying about a lot more, where, what direction you want to go, whether it's the game, whether it's your personality, whether it's how you brand yourself, what content you do on the side, things like that. There's a million avenues, there's a million things you can do, and morning. It's never ending, and I really feel that way, where, like, you seriously could do just so much. There's so many things you can do. And advice wise, this is where it kind of becomes like, do as I say, not as I do sometimes. But if you, like, in my head, and this could be wrong, but in my head, you essentially need to do content on the side if you want to ever, like, grow. Like, don't get me wrong, you can grow naturally on Twitch, sorta. But at some point, like, to really get an audience in there and stuff, you really have to go out of your way to create additional content, in my mind. Now, there's always ways to start. There's always ways to speed up or have some form of some sort of confidence on it. But realistically, I think just start and then kind of incorporate more things. I wouldn't ever recommend doing it full time from the beginning unless you're really comfortable, just because that beginning process, in my opinion, beats you down so hard. It just feels so rough when you first start to have only a few people there, and it shouldn't feel that way because we're still entertaining those couple people. But even very, very beginning, you're not going to have anyone there. And it sucks. It sucks. Something opinion-wise and emotionally, I advised, although it sucks, it is never someone's responsibility to show up to your stream, even if they're your best friend. Now, I highly encourage, if you are friends with someone that's starting to do this stuff and wants to do this stuff, please do try to support them. But it's tough. It's tough. And I mentioned, like, when I first started, this is years and years ago, so not my current day friends, but, like, I'd advertise to a lot of my friends and they wouldn't come, and that's fine. But it sucks, like, man, I'm streaming for 12 hours, put up a lurk or something, I'd appreciate it, but I get it. Speaking of lurk, by the way, small little advice here. From what I understand, the volume needs to be at like a minimum 20%. And what you can do to not have volume on is actually go to your Chrome or a browser and right click that tab and hit mute site on it and not turn the volume all the way down. Because apparently that volume slider matters to like count as a viewer. So if you are looking for someone or you want someone to lurk for you, that is important. Unfortunately, the nature of content creation on Twitch and just in everything in general is showing up on that list higher and higher and higher of like minimum viewers does matter to some extent. It's not as important as you'd think. Now, I say that meaning just because you're on the top of a category with a game doesn't mean you're going to get everyone. Yes, a person looking for that specific game to watch content, awesome, they're going to see you. So for instance, back in the day when I used to play Farm Together, I was pretty close to the top of that because not a lot of people played it on stream. But that's also the caveat of not a lot of people are looking for that game. And although, yes, I will pull in some people that are like looking at it, it's not everyone's cup of tea to watch a VTuber. It's not everyone's cup of tea to even watch me or whatever. So it does matter, but don't focus on the viewer count immediately. Focus on being the best and most real version of yourself possible, because that part matters drastically too. That real part is super heavy. If you aren't real, you do a fake personality, you're going to have to really, really commit to it, or it's going to have to stick somehow or something, because there are people out there that do that. But usually, in my opinion, it's not exactly like the best. Like, don't get me wrong, my streaming personality is slightly different from my IRL personality, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. It's not always the same. I definitely exaggerate, and I definitely like go out of my way to be a little more kooky and, in my case, a little more sexual, goofy goober. But again, just the real thing matters early on. Yes, you're going to have to talk into the void a lot of the time. Yeah, you are going to feel like you're just talking into the void. I still have those streams. Technically, eventually, those should feel like they go away. I rarely feel like I'm fully talking to the void anymore. But absolutely, when you first start, man, it's unfortunate. There's ways to help you with that. Obviously, in my mind, please don't clout chase. Please don't make it someone else's responsibility to help you grow. However, someone likes you, they're your friend. They might help a little bit, but that's absolutely not their responsibility. So, do understand I support some community members, rating them, hang out there, lurking for them, but just seriously, again, I cannot stress this enough. It is not their responsibility. So those are kind of the baselines. Again, my opinion as well, focusing on one game that you're passionate about and very passionate about, beat the heck out of that game. That game needs to be your life. Now, I don't do that all the time. I really don't. I obviously am pretty variety, but I genuinely do believe you gain a community that really likes Minecraft or really likes League or really likes Fallout or whatever it is that you play. If you keep playing that and they really like that game too, and they're passionate about it, or they're passionate about your experiences with it, they're going to come around. They're going to come around. And I genuinely do believe that singular to a few game lineup is not required, but to me, I feel like it's definitely better. Now, that's coming from a guy who's been playing a lot of Minecraft. And have I seen success with more people coming back from Minecraft? Yes and no. I've had some streams where I felt really solid and the viewer count was going up without raids and stuff like that. But that could be coincidence and something that's uncontrollable. Streaming has a lot of luck, but there's a lot of skill, but more so putting yourself in the position to obtain what you want. Your goals are not going to be achieved randomly 90% of the time. Sometimes they will with like putting out content. So like one of my most viewed shorts, and I'll admit this, is like one of the worst things I've ever uploaded. On YouTube Shorts, there's a clip of me just running it down on League. Like legitimately just dying. And it got like 10K views. And it's just stupid. I think that's because of the comments on it, which I'll admit kind of sucked to see, but like at the same time, like I guess go ahead and point out that it is me dying and point out that it's just me being an idiot. But I've also had some clips that I was like a little more proud of, and those did well. I've had some clips that I was really proud of and took a little more time editing on like TikTok and stuff, and they flopped. So there's also a little bit of give and take there. So that's where like unfortunately the algorithms change. Unfortunately, you can't control everything, and you just have to accept that. That's where some of the luck comes in. But if you upload every single day, you would think eventually, with entertaining values, someone's going to share it, someone's going to enjoy it, and the algorithm's going to pick up. Have a good one. Thank you. So that's kind of my take on it. Yeah, I think that's kind of my beginning advice. Whether you want to be a VTuber or webcam or neither. I personally think it's really difficult to do neither. I don't think it's very difficult to me in my head to watch someone that's not doing either. Now, don't get me wrong, it happens, but usually you're like really good at a game, like competitively, or you're known before. But I don't know really many people that don't have a webcam or a VTuber model, or at least like a hand cam or a pet cam or something. There is examples, like I said, like in the League community. I think Gosu has never been known to really turn on his webcam or have any cams, and Gosu's really popular in the League community. Now, he might have at some point or whatever, but he also was known to be like one of the best veins, like one of the best players on a character. So there's that gameplay part. Or like some of those bigger streamers. I know like Tobias Fate's another great example where he's actually just really funny and his YouTube videos do really well. So he doesn't always put his on either. He does sometimes though, so there's kind of a give and take there. But yeah, I think that's kind of what I kind of have for streaming advice. You'll never be perfect. No such thing. You'll see some of these larger streamers and they'll be doing shit you wouldn't have never thought. But they'll also sometimes just be playing the game. And that's just a built-up community. It's a built-up community. They've been doing it for years. Almost 100% chance, almost. If you see someone with a lot of viewers, they've been probably doing it for a long time. They've probably been doing it for a long time. Or they blew up recently because of something they did on a content video or a popular Reddit post or something. And that just happens sometimes. But again, you have to put yourself in that position to even make it happen. And that's something that I struggle with lately, getting myself to sit down and creatively come up with something that'll get an audience built up with extra content. Morning. And the reason I mention that is I have seen at most a person or two ever mention that they came from my TikTok or they ever came from my YouTube shorts, things of that nature, it's almost exclusively just Twitch. And I'm not going to plead innocent on, I've had friend help, and it wasn't like in a pity way or anything like that. It's just like, you like and want to support someone. We've all had friends that support us IRL and with situations, emotionally or literally, like helping physically. And won't plead full innocence, but I'm very proud to have a lot of my community members. A lot of them just genuinely are there because they enjoy the stuff, seemingly. Maybe not. Maybe all are secretly praying on my downfall. But I don't think so. So you'll get there. But with me, I struggled to sit down and get that creative juices flowing and actually upload something I'm like proud of and want out there and hope to like get moving on it. There is the nature of, we all in the content creation space want the same thing. No, we all want different things, but we also all want the same thing of growing. Now, the long-term goals, we're all different on that. And the thing is, it's very dynamic. So for some reason, if I blew up and say I was sitting at 100 viewers consistently, my goals would be very drastically different from what they are right now. I've talked about this before, but I'll mention it again because it's related. My goals currently are just to get to a point where I can confidently say, yes, I am a full-time streamer with income. I am a full-time streamer with viewers. I am a full-time streamer. I've hit these lifetime goals. Originally, hitting 1,000 followers was something that like I only had dreamed of. And at the beginning, there was a massive spike of just like from low to pretty like high, like from what my goals were originally. 2K has been a goal for a while. It's getting very close to rounding up. Twitch rounds up at the 50 mark. I think you have to get 51, but I might be wrong. And so I'm only 16 follows away or something like that, 16, 17 follows away from quote unquote hitting 2K. And it feels awesome. I mean, it feels fucking awesome. It really does. But say, yeah, I magically, by magically, I mean something takes off or something happens. But if I were to hit those goals, they'd change. They would change. And that's life too. But they're dynamic. Getting your first 50 followers, 100 followers, or hitting affiliate is drastic, man. It's something you really want. And there is an awkward medium on Twitch, I'll admit this. Now, there's a lot of new things that made this better. But there is the fact that you have to go from affiliate then to partner. And that jump is fucking massive. To go from affiliate to partner is very, very difficult. And if you ever do hit partner, there are a very, very small number of partners in the grand scheme of things. Grand scheme of things, you're really a small percentage of Twitch. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, you can still have good days, bad days, and you still have pros and cons, and your goals are different and stuff like that once you do, or if you do or whatever. But it's drastic. So you got to find small goals that you can manage and be very confident that over time you are going to hit. If you stream every single day for a year, and I mean every single day for a year, I promise eventually something's going to happen. Now, when I say eventually something's going to happen, it doesn't mean you can just sit there and do nothing. You can't just sit there having no personality, but eventually someone's going to find you. Oh, hey, I like this guy. Let me show my buddy. All right, there you go. 2 viewers say they both really actually genuinely like you. That's how it starts. It's not very easy naturally, though. It really isn't. Coming from a person that like struggles every day with how they feel about it. I took my first planned day off in a while Felt really weird to do so, but I got editing done. It's not going to be the most enjoyable ride, but that's if long term. Like if you're doing this part time as a hobby and stuff too, like your mindset's going to be a little different, but you're still going to want to grow. You're still going to want to grow, I believe. And if not, that's fine too. When I started, man, having more than just me in that fucking chat, bro. Whew, what a goal. What a goal. Hey, thank goodness, right? Here you go. More talk about that. But one of my goals too is like getting like a sponsorship for a brand that people know about. That'd be cool. I think that's kind of a long-term goal because it's tough, but like a sponsorship, even a singular stream where it's just a house. It's a household name in some sense. That'd be fucking awesome to me. So like Pringles was one I was joking about. I'd love to get a Pringles sponsorship. Everyone knows what a fucking Pringle is. Have a good one. Everyone knows what Pringles are, right? I'd love to do a stream with them. I would absolutely sell out as much as possible. Like, I don't even care if they don't pay me. They give me a couple tubes of fucking Pringles, dude. Give me a box of Pringles, bro. I'll talk about you for a week. I'm telling you right now. Shout out to Pringles. Listen, I got you guys. I promise. My community is going to want to buy Pringles by the time I'm done. I promise. So, you know, that's like a long-term goal for me. Like I said, I want to get to the point where I feel successful. I do feel successful, but like it's on a much smaller scale, like levels to it. And that's not to invalidate you guys. You guys have been fucking awesome. You guys have been fucking best community I could ask for. But like, obviously, at the same time, like, I want to be able to show up and just know, you know what? This is what I'm meant to do. And I already feel that way, but this is what I'm meant to do. Look at what you have, dude. And I already feel that way, but I hope that continues moving forward. The more, hopefully, the more and more that my community, I guess, watches or works with me. So yeah. I don't know. Getting a partner would be the next probably long-term goal. Well, that would probably happen first. A lot of the companies with marketing dollars. This is my take on it too. This is probably a little too deep, but it's true. Live streaming is a very profitable marketing. Like working with streamers is a very profitable thing for companies, but they need to be confident that some are actually going to sell and actually like their marketing dollars that go to you, whether it's product or whether it's, you know, just flat cash, needs to be beneficial. They're not going to bank on it. They're just not going to. So Pringles, to go out of their way to think, all right, for me, what size does this guy need to be for us to send him a box of Pringles to for sure 100% be more worth it for us to sell more Pringles? What is going to, for certain, in their minds, make us back this money? That's where real life products and not free to play games are a little tougher, because not all of you, if I do a Pringles sponsorship, not all of you are going to go out and go buy fucking Pringles. I promise, I genuinely like Pringles, and you will be tempted. but also, same lane, you're not all going to do that. Another thing with that is, I don't even know if they sell Pringles online. So if they don't sell them online, that's tough to track and tough to really like realistically believe, you know what, this guy did sell us more Pringles. We can show that to the board, or, you know, like their small little thing, or like that person's performance, that employee's performance was improved by my sales of Pringles. So 100% understand that I'm not large enough likely to get a box of Pringles shipped to my house. Morning. So we will see. And that'd be really cool. I've had some sponsorships though. The one that was most successful, and you guys know about it probably because I was doing it for like a whole week. AFK Journey. Genuinely a very good game. Like, it is a mobile game. It's a free to play. I was paid to sponsor or play that game. I was, and I won't lie, it was great. But at the same time, like, I genuinely did like it, and I know they made some money off of that because I know some of my community members bought stuff, and so they can go back to their team and show that. Morning.
Hi.
Hello. Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you too. And so that employee, well, it was a campaign, but let's say it was an employee. That employee is able to, like, 100% show that, yeah, no, this guy did get us all these things that happened. He did earn us players. And maybe some of you are still playing. I hope so. I stopped. That's just because things came up. And eventually I felt like I fell behind as a guild owner. But if you weren't there for this, our guild on our server on AFK Journey was genuinely top 5 in like everything on this server. Top 3 in a lot of stuff. Top 2 even for the longest time in a lot of things too. There ended up being like a huge like whaler guild. And for those who don't know, whaler in terms of like free to play things and like MMOs and stuff is like they put in a fuck ton of money to make things happen. And don't get me wrong, we spent some money on it, but I'll admit, man, that guild that got ahead of us and the other one that showed up, whew, I don't know where their budget's coming from, but wow. Holy shit. Like, hitting max level weeks before anyone else did. Crazy. There's a giant cobweb in the way. So I genuinely enjoyed that, and I did sponsorship there, but that's like a goal that you might all have, maybe not, but to do sponsorships is actually a really cool process and enjoyable. There is the caveat of it's not always beneficial to your community, and not everyone's going to love that. I've seen some somewhat larger streamers, and this is someone I don't know personally, but I know someone that plays Tarkov, and he did an Ant Legion, I think it's called, free to play game, mobile game or whatever. And I will say right now, like, it was a drastic drop off when he started playing that compared to Tarkov. And to me, I'm gonna be honest, the game didn't look that good, but it pays him, A, and B, like, it is still enjoyable. And sometimes you have to understand, like, he legitimately does it full time. Like, he's got a kid, he has a dog, he has a house. So am I really going to be upset with a guy for playing Ant Legion or whatever the fuck it's called? No. Fuck no. Do I want to watch it? Not really. Do I want to play it? Not really. AFK Journey I did enjoy though. And that's now a couple months out of the way. And this is legitimately coming from like the heart. So I did enjoy that game. But so if you see someone that does a sponsorship and you're not like entirely like in for it, like your opinion's not super big on that product they're sponsoring. So for instance, again, like also if you didn't like Pringles, just understand, that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I get it. I wouldn't say I've had really any experiences with that. No one came into my chat and was like, what the fuck are you doing? This game's terrible when I played Journey. No one said that. Maybe there was a joke or two thrown around. And definitely some negative opinions sometimes, but like, I get it also. It is, it's a mobile game. Hey, I played it on PC though the whole time, and again, like I said, it's pretty good. I'm not getting paid to say that anymore, so there you go. But yeah, otherwise goals. I'm glad I have like a merch line, sorta. The standee has been designed. I do have money set aside to get the standees released, but I'm not very confident they're going to. I'd have to buy like a minimum of 10 and 20 or something like that. And no, not a lot of you are going to want those. And that's fine. Morning. Have a good one. I'm not very confident those are going to sell very well. And I don't mean as in like, oh, you guys are going to hate them. I think you guys are going to love them. But like the lanyards, I know the lanyards aren't exactly the cheapest thing in the world. The candy key chain things or whatever, the shaky ones. I get that. And you're in 100% understand. Like they're not like the most important merch things in the world. But so the sandy thing, I've been just kind of waiting because it's going to be a purchase, and you guys have helped me, and I have money set aside for that, like I said. But it also takes like 2 to 4 weeks to get them in, and then shipping them out, handling the selling, everything like that. It takes time and money. So I don't really feel like it's something I need to rush. If you guys really, really for some reason want a sandy, I can maybe try to go ahead and order them. But I'm gonna have like 10, 20 of them, and I know that's the nature of merch, but because we produce it, we pay to get them produced, and not just pay someone, or not just have a company make them and then we earn a little bit of profit. Like we physically get them made. It's not to order. So if you go buy like my Streamlabs merch, which is somewhere, I think it's in my merch thing down below, my Twitch section. I like a lot of that merch that's designed, but I'm gonna be blatantly honest with you. I only get like, even if you buy like a big hoodie or whatever, which by the way I love, I'd be super okay with if you're getting it, even if I don't make any money on it at all. But like, we're talking, I mean, maybe a couple bucks, and the stickers and stuff I get like, 50 cents or something like that before the fees taken out and before taxes. So it's like, it's not the money, it's not financially beneficial. And I know a lot of people aren't going to really want them. The standees thing too, to me, I would actually like to have them in person. So it's another thing too, like where all that Streamlabs merch, I only have like a sticker from them. I like it. I'm very happy with it. But it's kind of weird, Maybe if there's another company that I could work with, but to like maybe per order or, made per order. Morning. But for now, we get it made and we ship it out. So I haven't done that, but yeah. Some merch I'm very happy with too. Like I said, I mean, shit. I got nothing from them. It'd still worth it. But we shipped out merch for the Donathon a while ago. Hopefully those come in soon. And those pieces I do have. So like I have a couple lanyards. I have a couple of the candy pops. Those things are awesome. I really do genuinely feel and believe that like the WetStudios lanyards are fucking genuinely cool. I have one that holds my actual keys. Like there's no joke about that. I have my actual car keys on them, house key on them, and I enjoy it. Candy pop I don't. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just I just don't have one for that. I gave those away. So I've given some family members that stuff too. So like that's cool. Like it's always going to be a loss, I'll admit. So that's why the financial per order thing's weird. There's not as much customizability, and I can't change the price. I can't lower the price. I'll admit it right now. If I were able to sell t-shirts, they would be cheaper and earn me slightly more money. Would it be slightly more work? Yes, absolutely. But I think they might be better quality at that point too. So merch, very happy with too. It's cool. I think it's awesome that some people like genuinely own a piece of my brand, like as an actual like material asset. So yeah, But I think stream-wise, that's about all I gotta say. We hit the end of the trail quite a while ago. We are still cooking, still doing pretty well. What do we got here? We are, let me look. Where is it? There it is. We are 4 miles in. Got about 2 miles to go. Feeling pretty okay. Shin stuff went away. Still don't know if that's like a stretch. Still don't know if that's just me getting used to the pain or what. But we are still doing good. Yeah, I had a decent 2 miles that were 19. Oh no, 3 miles that were 19 pace. It's not bad. Again, we're just walking. Not really super worried about how fast I do them, but it is nice to see less than 20 with talking, stopping to get drinks, stuff like that. So it is nice. We're not jogging, we're not running, we're walking. I don't know, I've been calling it like walking pod or something. I have a bunch of tags and stuff on YouTube that I have like a notepad full of. And yeah, I still don't know why. I still don't know why episode 2 did so well. Of my like walk with wet thing. I don't know. I did tell a story the whole like first like fucking 45 minutes of it or something, or hour. So if that's what you guys want, I'll do it. I'm down. I really don't know. Speaking of walk with wet, fucking I was just told by a friend, a VTuber friend, I can call them out for this, Nez apparently listens to these, and said she has them on while she works, I think. Super cool. I do not promote these super like drastically. That's really sick. One of the reasons I don't super really like promote them yet is still I don't feel super confident about them. I'm happy to upload them, and they're very therapeutic to me, but as in like I don't feel like they're super structured and they're super entertaining. But at the same time, you don't always need that. You just want something to hear. So I get that and I respect that. I know what you can do. Well, something that like I would do in this situation, if I were a listener, I would turn it on, have whatever volume I want, and then put music behind it really. So, I thought something fell on my shoe, but it's a bug hitting my ankle. There's the bunny rabbit again, the baby one. What the heck are you doing? Hi. What? Man. She's just sitting. I don't know. Anyways, but no, I'd put music on super like quiet behind it. I don't do music behind this. One, because then I can't have DMCA music, A. And B, my thing with it is like, I want you to be able to do however you want. Your listening experience is the way you should want it. You're going to hear birds chirping. You're going to hear me fucking breathing on a rare occasion. You know, you're going to hear me yapping the whole time. But I would rather you enjoy it how you want to enjoy it. I don't need to put a bunch of music in the background. I don't think there's many podcasts that do that. For obvious reasons. Morning. Morning. So, we're out here walking. And yeah, day 13. Gross thing again, man, dude, I don't know. This right foot is, I'm doing fine. I'm not really in pain. But this right foot is really getting destroyed with these shoes. I need to get new shoes so bad. I need to, maybe I'll go look today. Maybe I'll go look today with Grandpa. I really, really do need to get shoes. Because I don't know if it's going to get any better if I keep walking in these. So, I don't know. But I'm not really in pain from it until after my walk. A, and then B, like, I just, like, I can feel it rubbing. And, like, I can definitely, like, So when I say no pain, I mean like it's a 1 out of 10. Like it does not affect me in a negative light enough to worry about it at all. But also, that's for now, A. And then B, I would like to maybe just not have that. It's just like slightly annoying, but it really does not affect me like whatsoever. Otherwise. But we're back to the water treatment plant. I am going to get a drink and then we'll move forward. Mama Bird was there earlier. I think I see, let's see here. She is not there right now. Maybe I'll get food or something. Well, maybe I see her over there, but she's not in the nest. Ready to kick her going for the last like mile and something. Mile and a half, something like that. We're going. Beautiful day. Supposed to get a little warm today. I think we're supposed to hit like 83. It seems like most of the US is having some form of heat wave. Yesterday actually was beautiful. I know a lot of people were talking about how hot it was yesterday. For some reason, maybe that was all coincidence, but we were at like 76, I think. Gorgeous. But most days, yeah, I've been in the 80s. Had some 90s with humidity. We've gotten so much rain that we've kind of fought back our humidity a little bit. Again, for those who don't understand, I guess specifically in the Midwest, a lot of us have high humidity with the Great Lakes. So we feel like just weaker Florida sometimes with just how much fucking humidity we're like in Wisconsin specifically, because we're obviously like right on a lake. Like I don't live right on the lake. I'm actually nowhere, whatever, but we don't live exactly on the lake in a sense, but we are. I don't know. So we get quite a bit of humidity. So we still get hot as fucking balls. But obviously so does every other state and has their negatives. So I'm not going to like discredit you. Morning. So we just don't have dry heat is what I'm saying. You still get plenty of mosquitoes too. I'll tell you what, with those damn rain. I haven't really been seeing a ton today. But when it is like fucking muggy and warm in the morning, man, right now, all this rain, oh boy. Holy cow. This path, I mentioned before, but I probably should get bug spray, but I've been fine now. I really haven't had a problem today. Seen a deer fly or two, and it's something hit my ankle a little bit ago if you were listening, but really nothing crazy. But I've been proud of some of these, some of them not so much. The Walk with Wets. The name is interesting. I'd maybe change it, but at the same time, we're already, I think this is what, the 7th? Yeah, this should be the 7th episode, which is weird because I thought I started on day 7. But is that? Because I would think that'd be 14 then. Huh. I guess it's because I did one on the 7th. Yeah, I think it's because I did one on the 7th. So it's always going to be a little off now. That's fine. Or it'll kind of change up a little bit. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. My plan is to still record one every day, because I think it's very therapeutic to me. I'm not going to lie. I also have heard very positive feedback. Obviously, you're not going to listen to every fucking one. You're just not. I mean, if you do, dude, shout out to you. First of all, you're listening this far. Can you do me a favor? Type down below in the comments, tulip, TULIP, I think it's tulip. Just saw a B, by the way. So if you want to do tulip and shout outs today, I want to shout out Nez, because Nez actually, like I said, told me, who I had no fucking idea. There was no evidence that she had said, watch. And I know that's with a lot of you. I know a lot of you do listen. But I obviously, I can't. I don't know if you do or don't. But shout out to Nez. Nezuyaki. Nezu. Oh, boy. hold on. Nezuaki. That sounds right. Streamer, good friend, does some good content, does a lot of actually events and stuff like that. Game design, very personable, very bubbly personality. She's awesome. Go check out. Highly recommend. She deserves that shout out even if she didn't listen, by the way. But like, now that it's on the brain, I mean, fuck yeah, dude, let's go. So, yeah, go check her out. She's doing a charity stream. So I want to say it's called Summer Slam or Summer Fest or Summer something, and it's a charity stream. So I encourage you to check that out. It's coming up pretty soon here. I want to say it's like maybe Thursday, Friday or something. Morning. I want to say that's coming up somewhat soon here. So I was invited to play something that I have to, unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. Highly recommend though. Yeah. So if you can donate to charity, I believe it benefits children hospitals or hospitalized kids. So it's a great cause too. Something like that. So seriously, check that out. Morning. But yeah. We are still doing good. Not really sweating today either. I mean, again, it's just a walk, but it is up to like 75 now. Yeah, today, like I said, it's supposed to be like 83. I'm wearing black gym shorts, gray and black shoes, and gray and black shirt. And yes, it does look normal. It actually looks kind of sick. I won't lie. I think this outfit's kind of fire. So the sun's probably going to beat on my ass here in a little bit, but I'll be fine. Still thinking about lunch a little bit because we're going to break our fast with this lunch. So I want it to be something good, but also maybe if I can find a way to get fruit or something in there, I wouldn't mind. I think I need to eat more fruit. I've been eating plenty of vegetables, particularly green beans, carrots, and corn. Been eating a lot of those. Corn's this is something weird. I'm going to just mention this. Corn on the cob is such a weird calorie to track because you're only eating the fucking kernels off of it. And from what I'm understanding, corn is still like kind of high in fucking calories, which I guess makes sense why, humanity lived off of corn and bread for so damn long. But I've been eating some corn in there too. But yeah, carrots, green beans, corn. I've had mushrooms. I've had, let's see here, potatoes, peas. So I've been eating, I think, enough vegetables, but fruit I've been really lacking on. We have a watermelon to cut up. I kind of want that to be cut up. I don't know if I want to do it. I should maybe ask my mother. She bought a watermelon. I don't like to cut up a watermelon or do something with a piece of food in the fridge if I'm not confident that there wasn't a plan for it. I don't know. Watermelon's fucking delicious, man. Oh, watermelon's so good. Now, I will say, I don't know if that's a taste bud thing or because I had COVID within the last month or two, but it's not nearly as sweet as it used to be. Still very sweet and still fucking delicious, but man, I remember watermelon being just so fucking decadent and fucking delicious. I don't know if that's because we wait a little too long on our watermelons too or something. Usually what my mom does, and I don't know why this is, she'll buy one during the week and then like cut it up for the weekend. I don't know if that's like, I don't know if that's some of the reason why or what, but it's kind of funny. Watermelon's good though. Wouldn't mind some grapes too. I am very well aware these have sugar in them. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't give a shit. I fucking saw this post recently about someone talking about like, if you eat enough grapes, it's more sugar than soda. Uh-huh. Yeah. And what are you getting that source of sugar from? A grape. Okay. What's the problem with too much sugar? Too much sugar. Okay. And honestly, from my understanding, sugar itself isn't necessarily bad for you. It's the overconsumption on. So I'm not a fucking dietitian, but like, you're going to make grapes a problem. You're going to make grapes. You are going to demonize grapes. I just want to say that one last time there. Really? Really? Okay. And what are you going to promote in exchange? And then the next post I saw was wine. Someone promoting wine. Same user, I'm pretty sure. It's like, dude, what? Like, I might be wrong, but I think it was like, well, if you're going to consume grapes, you know, do this way, or some bullshit like that, and some healthy, expensive wine or whatever. Dude, shut the fuck up. Dude, just stop. Just stop. Let's not do this here. Let's not do this. Okay? So, whatever. But grapes wouldn't be too bad either. I'd like some grapes. I'm trying to think of another fruit. I love mango and pineapple. I'm not going to cut up a pineapple. I'm not going to lie. I kind of fucked with cutting up one pineapple one time. I did a miserable job. And I'll just be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to do that again. I don't know enough of my pineapple, but I do love pineapple and mango. Mango's another really delicious one. But I don't know. We don't live in the most tropical state in the world, and I don't really want to buy a mango, I don't think. I'm trying to think. There's got to be another fruit I want right now. I love basically every fruit, by the way. I'm trying to... Ooh. You know what kind of sounds good? Some oranges, some clementines, some cuties. Oh, man, that does sound pretty good. Those I can get pretty cheap. I get like a bag of them for like $5, which isn't like the cheapest thing ever, but a bag of them for that isn't too terrible. Get quite a few of them. You can eat 1 or 2 a day or something. Morning. Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you. So, this is kind of going on with that. I need to eat more fruit. I really do. But it's so much more convenient for me to eat vegetables. Obviously, they don't typically taste as good. There's no fucking question about that. I wouldn't mind some celery, too. Speaking of vegetables. Now I'm just talking about food. But it's like healthy food, so, you know, it's okay, right? It's so fucking dumb. I don't know. I got peanut butter if I want to put like a little bit of peanut butter. Do like a little ants on a log, raisins on top or something. Oh, that's another thing. I know raisins are just dried up grapes or whatever, but they're bitching about raisins. Dude, bro, just be happy. Can you just be happy in life? Stop demonizing food. You still want to eat a cheeseburger? Dude, you can still eat a cheeseburger. Shut the fuck up. I know damn well you're not perfect all the damn time. So I don't know. I don't know. Morning. But so that's kind of my finish, I think, on food. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I do. Getting rid of liquid calories a while ago has been fucking awesome, by the way. Water primarily, but I still drink like zero sugar shit. And if you think that's wrong, that's fine. I get it, whatever. Go ahead and quote a study or something. I don't care. I'm not going to lie. I still want fucking sweet things. And I have a problem with caffeine. So I actually tried this. So I'm not done talking about food, but it turns out. So my mother got this like mushroom coffee. So she kind of buys into gimmicks sometimes, I won't lie. She got this mushroom coffee stuff that's like supposed to help you lose weight or whatever. Now, it's probably because it's a fucking diuretic. Caffeine's a diuretic. It makes you shit yourself. But also it has some ingredients in it that genuinely are beneficial, and I get it. So I tried it. And dude, I'm not going to lie. It kind of tasted awesome. I won't lie. But the biggest problem about it is it like had caffeine in it. The biggest problem is it had caffeine in it, and for some reason caffeine's been really affecting my head. I don't know what's been going on about that. So like I'm 100% certain now, like after last night especially, I had 2 things of caffeine last night, and I usually never do that. I ran out of drinks. I ran out of my normal 0 sugar, 0 caffeine, lemon lime, and I ended up having one of my old classic 0 sugar off-brand like Mountain Dews or whatever. I'll just call it that. I don't know. It's like a Mountain Dew, but it's not, or I don't know, whatever. 0 sugar. And I don't know if it was that or if it was the coffee, but I'm telling you right now, I felt my head. And I don't know if it's just caffeine or if it's specifically that one soda. I don't know. I kind of want to test the waters a little bit. Morning. I kind of want to try that mushroom coffee again because it was delicious. I'm not going to lie. For some reason, it was just really good coffee. So I'm going to probably try that again today. See if I have any head problems. I only had 1 serving, so I don't know. We'll see. Morning. I only had 1 serving, and I couldn't find exact caffeine content on it. It is coffee, so like I feel like there has to be caffeine in it. Like 100% to me. I can't comprehend there not being caffeine in it. But I couldn't find any information on this bag or online about it. But I saw similar brands of coffee having like 60 to 80 milligrams of caffeine. And that's not really that much. But I guess maybe it was that other soda with it. So I had like almost 100 milligrams of caffeine yesterday. And dude, like, I fucking felt my head again. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with this shit. I mean, whatever. I'll just not drink caffeine. But I also had, it almost has to be that one fucking soda. There has to be something in that soda because you know what? I had 2 0 sugar Cokes when I sat down at Culver's and I was fine. So I don't know. Morning. So I'll have to maybe try that again. If I sit down at another place with a 0 sugar option that has caffeine in it, I might do that today. Because I gotta like kind of test this out. I don't want to have like a seizure or stroke or something, but dude, I don't know if this one soda I'm just drinking is poison or what, but I rarely drink. I stopped drinking it once my head started doing the stuff. And then I coincidentally had 1 more yesterday after months. And that day, I feel my head. Dude, I'm going to have to genuinely, if that is something that keeps happening to me, it's that one thing and it's not normal caffeine, I got to call that shit out. Morning. It's not like I'm going to call corporate or something, but dude, I will genuinely have to do research on that, what's in that drink. Because something seemingly in that drink is affecting me pretty negatively when I have it. So fuck me for having that. Or it was the caffeine content. So that's where I'm going to try the coffee today. And if it's just caffeine, well then you know what? I guess I just can't have caffeine. Morning. I have drinking caffeine though, like I said, outside of that, and I've been fine, so we'll see. But I don't have that problem with nicotine. And no, I was not combining nicotine with the coffee. I actually went out of my way to not do that. So I tried to. But yeah, nicotine and caffeine was the thing I was doing a lot at the same time. And whoopty fucking ding dong for the majority of humanity. But apparently, something on me lately, ever since that event, I don't know. So it must be deeper than just the sinus disease. I don't know. Because fucking, I don't know anyone that feels their brain and feels like fucking pulsating in it. I don't know. Just not something I can do, I guess. But we'll try it. We'll maybe try. Maybe I'll just try the coffee today. Only the coffee. Or I'll do just the drink at the lunch. We'll see where we go. I don't know, because I've had Pepsi, man. I've had Pepsi and I felt fine. I don't know. It's Kroger if someone really, really cared what I was talking about, it's the Kroger Zero Sugar off-brand like Mountain Dew. It's not like Mountain Mist, I don't think. I think that's Walmart. Maybe it is. I don't know, something like that. And dude, fuck, bro, I don't know. Maybe it's just Kroger drinks too, because you know what? I just thought about it. I think the Dr. Pepper one they have too. I'm doing like a self-realization now while I'm walking. And it's really stupid. I don't know. So let's get off of that because we are not too far away. I see my 15-minute, like let's put it this way. I'm maybe a quarter mile away from my 15-minute marker. I have a marker that essentially determines 15 minutes, and it's a bench, so we're not very far. So I guess to finish it off, what do I want to do? This is an interesting topic, but I'm going past a place that sells school goods in some form. I'll just put it that way. And were you someone that wished to go to online school? I spent most of my youth on the computer. Like I still played football. I still did a lot of outside activities. Like, don't get me wrong. But I definitely spent most of my life on the computer. And I was kind of curious if anyone else had this, where I really wanted to go to online school or do online schooling. But the more I got older, and like as technology progressed and we got more and more Chromebook action, we got more online assignments and stuff like that, I definitely actually felt the opposite, where I knew I couldn't focus on online school if I did that. And it was really interesting to me to mention. I don't know if anyone else can't do that. So like now, obviously with streaming and stuff, like focusing on stuff on my computer is literally a part of what I consider my job. But like, what I mean by that is I couldn't do assignments. I always didn't really do homework anyways, but especially if it was online. And it's just because I had so many distractions. Now at that point too, I also had a group of friends with that I played constantly with. Or if I was awake during their time period, like during their schedule, and I'll explain that in a second. That's a funny one. But I don't know. Or maybe you did go to online school and you maybe hated it or loved it. I don't know. Specifically, there was specifically the thought to me that did make sense later on, and especially like literally today. I felt that online school was less guff, but it was definitely a lot more like self-paced. So what I mean by less guff is like, I did a summer school course. I failed one class in high school that I had to take summer school for, which I've maybe mentioned. And I had to go to work at 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. or something like that. No, actually, it'd have been 3 because we worked until, so it'd be 9 hours. I think it's 3 to 1. No. 4 to 1? Long story short, I didn't get out of this building until like 12 or 1 in the morning. And it was one of the hardest physically demanding jobs I've worked, which is really funny now that I'm 24 and I worked that job at 16. But this is 8 years later, and I worked this warehouse job. That packing wasn't super crazy, but once a week, even sometimes twice a week, I have a position of runner. And essentially my goal was to keep everyone stocked up and stuff. And that doesn't sound very difficult, and it wasn't necessarily the hardest thing in the world. But like, I think that one day I walked like 10 miles or 11 miles or something like that. I genuinely mean that. Like, it was just constant fucking moving, like stocking. And then on top of it, not only did I have to keep everyone stocked of everything, so orders and stuff, but also on top of it, I had to hack too while I could. And I was really efficient at that, so that's what didn't help. Like, I'd jog and shit sometimes too. So, I mean, I lost like 17 pounds in a month and a half or something like that. And that's also, at that time though, I was bulking because I really cared about just getting big muscle mass. So it's not a surprise that I lost that much weight. It's not super crazy. But I worked for like a month and a half, which isn't super long, but it was seasonal, so don't worry. But it's seasonal, so 16 just went crazy. But anyways, the reason I mentioned that is because I had to get up in the morning for the fucking summer school for a week or 2 or 3. I finished my course and I got a whole entire half credit in literally like, I want to say less than 2 weeks. And so this is my thought with like online schooling. We're like, that just sounds like guff then. Bro, how the fuck did I go? I was a public school, so I don't know if that means a whole lot. Like, how the fuck am I able to take this course within, I'll just say 2 weeks. How did I take this course in 2 weeks, or maybe a couple hours in the morning every day? And I finished the whole entire fucking course, get my whole semester's worth in 2 weeks, when a typical semester was, what, 4 months, 5 months, 4.5 months? What the fuck? So I just think it's a lot less guff. And that's something that was like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Now, I am a firm believer, so if I ever have a kid, unfortunately, I am a firm believer, though, that like going to school and actually being in the building is healthy and good for someone. I do think that is true. Like social interactions, fucking the experience you have doing that can translate very well into a job. Also could do terrible. So I'm gonna be honest, me sitting in a classroom at English, listening to him talk about, fucking punctuation or, themes or a climax or whatever the fuck, insert story writing. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like, that part doesn't really translate into what I care about. But also, the teacher I'm referring to is a teacher that passed me definitely on his own volition. I'm going to tell you right now, I have said this on stream, but I've only said it once, and this is months ago. That teacher graded a paper I never turned in a B. He rated every single paper that I turned in minimum a B. Now, I do feel I am solid at English, which I am very well aware that sentence is a little grammatically interesting. But when I'm actually sitting down and writing stuff, I kind of am a little ridiculous sometimes. I'm very well aware. But if I actually sit down and write a story and stuff like that, I am pretty proud, and I do think I have a good English mind. But I'm going to be honest, there was a paper or two I turned in that genuinely was half a page when he asked for front and back. Like, we're talking about, he asked for a front and back, he said at least a page and 3/4 of a paper, and he'd rated a B. And I'm telling you right now, 100%, I did not turn in that paper about what home is. He wanted us to write a small little paper about what home is. There was also one, there's a longer one, he wanted us to do a 10-page paper, front, back, so 5 word pages. So, 5 back, front and back. And I'm telling you right now, I pretty sure I did 2 pages and gave it a B. So I did 2 pages. I really just didn't I don't know, man. I think he realized that I was a good student in terms of I wasn't disruptive. I was intelligent to some extent. Just I just didn't do that shit. And I should have. It's not like I'm proud of that. But 100%. It's crazy. The amount of, I don't know, man. He got along with me too. He got along with me pretty well. He would just see me there. So we had block periods at this point. So Our schedule, I think, was 90 minutes for his class. We had 90 minutes. We talk usually for like half an hour, 45 minutes. And then that was the typical schedule. Sometimes this wasn't the way it was, but we'd have 30, 45 minutes of talking, and then he would let us work and do that 45 minutes. Brother, 90% of the time, I didn't do a thing on that laptop other than fake type and just erase, or I'd like start it and I just wouldn't get anywhere with it. And maybe he realized I probably had ADHD or something. Maybe he didn't. But I never was disruptive. I'd kind of laugh with my buddy who sat next to me, who did not like that I didn't do anything on the paperwork and was passing. But, you know, I get it, and I get his perspective because he did try. Now, I don't know how well he did. I think he always did better than me, which he deserved it. He very much deserved it. But I'm not entirely certain. Maybe that year we needed to just do better in English. Maybe he needed the grades to be higher. I don't know. But like something like that online, though, sitting yourself down, typing a long set of like a couple page paper or whatever. I don't know. I think I can do it now, but that's after like realizing what gets me focused and motivated, whether that's nicotine, whether that's locking in, whether that's me clearing my mind, you know, whatever that situation may be. I can maybe do it now, but I don't know. In person, typically I would think it's better, but I don't know. I don't know if you had any opinions on that, but whatever. Kind of just an interesting thing to talk about. I haven't been in school for a while now. So I graduated. Yeah, I did walk. I didn't pass with the best GPA ever. Could have went to college. I was offered 2 esports scholarships. They weren't very large though. I did get a 20 or 21 on the ACT, so nothing crazy, but. Morning.
Morning.
I got like a 20 and 21 on ACTs, so that helped me a lot in terms of going to college. There's a lot of colleges that have 20 minimum. There's a college that has like an 88% acceptance rate at some point in this area. Not this area, but in the state. I wouldn't say it's in this area, but and they accepted me easily, you know, and I had one that was like 70-something% acceptance rate. They got me too. I was accepted to some colleges, but I just didn't go. And I've talked about that. But I couldn't ever commit. It wasn't, I don't know, I just couldn't confidently admit that I would want to do the homework. Couldn't confidently admit that I'd want to keep doing those topics and getting a whole degree in something without feeling like I might not want to do it. So I didn't. That was kind of the topic there. Online, in-person school. I don't know. The less guff thing is what kind of blew my mind, though. Or is that just because it's summer school, so it's abbreviated? I don't know. It also helped that literally the teacher... So, okay, I got one last little thing before I get home. But the teacher went out of her way to help me when she realized that. So I left. So I went for about a week-ish. I want to say it took me less than 2 weeks to finish this course. So I told her my schedule, and I think she felt bad for me a little bit. I was so fucking tired. I mean, I cannot express how tired I was with going to work until like 1 a.m, not getting to bed until like, 1:30, 2 a.m., having to be there at 8 a.m., already before 8 a.m., because that's when it started, before 8 a.m., and then having to go back home and sleep again before work. It was terrible. It was just a fucking nightmare. So I think she felt some pity on me when she realized I was there for about a week. Did not finish the course, but I know I got a decent amount of way through it. And I ended up coming back a few weeks later because it went until like halfway through July to finish all these. If you had more and stuff. And she thought, oh my goodness, I thought you were done. She literally said, like, I thought you were done. I said, no, I wasn't. I've been just working really hard. I've been doing stuff. And she ended up sitting down like for 2 days, helping me just like crush it out, just absolutely stomp it out, because I needed the help. I just couldn't get all of it done in time by myself. Like, I didn't want to be there. Could I have done it by myself? Absolutely. But I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't read the papers. Instead, I just went to the test. It's funny because there's a couple of tests that I actually just finished without reading the questions, or sorry, without reading the prompt, and then I'd finish it. And she'd unlock the test for me, because if you took the test and did fail, though, she'd have to physically unlock it. And she just kind of came over. She's like, "Oh, well, do you read the thing?" And I said, "Of course." No. And we kind of crushed through those. So I don't know. I think I was liked a little bit, but maybe there was pity. I don't know what exactly the full situation is. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Just getting home. It is 9:57. I'm going to get in the house, clean up a bit, stretch, shower, and then I'm going to get Grandpa, go to lunch, and then after we do all our stuff today, probably stream. Get this uploaded and stream. I might try to rush getting this uploaded. We'll see. I think that'd be kind of cool. Maybe I'll get it rendered out at least. Alrighty, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.